Hey guys, I'm Cameron Visconti,
And I'm Ashlyn Glocke.
and we're here to talk to you about starting at college.
Spinnaker Management Edition.
Shoo.
Yeah. So I've been attending UNF. This is my third year now. I graduate next year. But you just started.
Yes, I just got done with my first semester. I'm starting my second semester, actually Monday, I think. I don't think that's right, but might be right. Monday, Tuesday, somewhere that week. Kind of nervous for it. Did okay last semester, so I'm hoping to carry along that energy. Have high hopes. So, did you ever live on campus?
No, I don't. I live 15 minutes away. The year actually that I came here, they got rid of the rule because UNF originally had a rule where freshmen, it was like mandatory housing. And I was excited because I kind of wanted to live on my own and kind of see what that was like. And then when I got accepted and my parents found out that the rule changed, they were like, oh my gosh, you get to stay home. This is so great. And I'm like, yeah. But I mean, commuting isn't bad. Especially, I live 15 minutes away. That's with no traffic. But if you're leaving in the morning, it's 45 minutes. So.
Side note, we're neighbors basically.
Essentially.
We live on the same street, and she has a different outlook on the commute than I do. I don't like it that much. At first I liked it because I was like, yeah, I get to enjoy my music and listen to my music and stuff. But after doing that twice a day for 2 semesters now, because I did it starting in January and now it's August, it gets tiring.
Yeah.
You start to not enjoy it so much, and then you run out of music to listen to. I have no music to listen to now.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm hoping to live on campus eventually and see what that's like.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy living at home with my parents still. I love my family. And we kind of set rules. We have respect for each other and kind of I'll tell my parents where I'm going, but they're kind of as long as you just get back in time and kind of help us out around the house, that's fine. So that's what I do. The commute isn't bad. I feel even though I don't live on campus, I'm still here 24/7.
Yeah.
Especially with this job, with classes, with clubs and stuff that I'm in. So it's not awful. It's just I think the only difference is that when you're finished with work or when you're finished with your classes, it's just an extra drive. Whereas here you could just take a bus or walk to your dorm. And I also like not having a roommate. I love having my own bedroom, my own bathroom, my own space. I love it. It's great.
She does make a good point. I'm not really looking forward to have to live with someone.
Yeah.
But
because if I were to live with someone, I'd want it to be someone that I know, and I know the whole dorming thing is I know they have a test. I think you take a quiz to meet, because I looked into it before I knew that the rule or whatever got revoked. But you take a quiz and they match you up with someone who has similar quiz results as you. So you take let's say for me, for example, I have to study in quiet, or I'll listen to tradition. I can't listen to hip hop music or whatever because I'll be too jamming into the song than my studies. So I have to listen to traditional Mozart or different music and stuff, just kind of to get me quiet and in the mode. And so they'll match you up with someone who's also a quiet studier or doesn't mind you studying in your room with music on and stuff. So it's kind of cool.
that is nice. I was talking to, this isn't on topic, but it's kind of on topic.
Okay.
I was talking to Liana, the editor of the news department here earlier, and I casually mentioned, I was I kind of want to live in the district. It's an apartment complex off of campus, catered to students. And she was don't ever do that. They matched my boyfriend up with this crazy 28-year-old who was super messy and everything, and it was a terrible time. Then they charged him too much money to clean after it was clean. I was okay, sorry.
I graduate next year. So excited about that.
3 more years for me.
And from what I've experienced so far, I think college is the best form of education I've gotten so far. I thought I hated high school. I'm gonna be completely honest. The only thing I enjoyed about high school was our production. We went to the same high school. Was our video production elective. That was the only thing I liked about high school and the small group of friends that I had. And then you get to college and it's like a totally different world.
It is.
Like, I feel like the movies get it wrong. Like, they feel like high school's where it's a lot and college sucks, but it's like swapped.
Yeah.
College is awesome. I love college. I need to be like a college spokesperson. Like, I freaking love college.
One thing that I've noticed, like one of the main differences between high school and college is that high school you're forced to be there from whatever to whatever time your high school hours were, right? And like everyone was like legally had to be there or they would like not get their high school diploma.
Yeah.
But college, you don't legally have to be here. Exactly. You don't have to be here all day. You can split up your classes and whatever you want. So that creates a different energy on campus. Like no one's there because they don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone wants to be here. We all want to better ourselves. We all want to learn stuff. We all want to, you know, do this.
Yeah, and I think like a big thing too is like with having like the leisure of, because you don't have to take like 5 classes a semester. I do because that's kind of the average to like graduate on time or whatever. But you could take like 1 class or 3 classes or something, and I think that's nice compared to high school because you can still get your education. But like if you're in a family, like let's say in Duval County or something, where like you need to work to support your family, like high school, that's why a lot of kids, because my dad teaches at Duval, a lot of kids drop out of high school because they have to go to work to support their family. But you can do that in college. You can go to work, support your family while still getting an education.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah. I used to know a bunch of people that worked through college, and they were like when I worked at Taco Bell, they would work all night.
Yeah.
They'd come in at like 4 and then they'd leave at like 3 in the morning every single day so that they would make enough money to stay in school and support themselves.
Okay. But for like people in a financial situation where I'm very blessed, I'm helping paying for college, but my parents do it primarily. And so I don't have to worry about my next class's fees or loans or whatever, but a lot of people do. And a lot of people don't live with their family like I do, and they need a job to support their education in order to pay off their classes and stuff. So it's also nice for in those situations where you can take 3 classes and maybe they're all morning classes or something, and then that entire afternoon and night you can work to pay for your classes.
Yeah. Or you could work to pay off your student loans that you have because you had to get classes.
There you go. You want to know what I hate? Like, I just don't understand in college.
What do you hate?
People skipping class. Like in high school, I get it because it's free and it's public. But if you're paying God knows how much money to get an education, why are you skipping class? Like if you there's a difference between skipping and have like an excused absence. Like if something happens and you told your professor, that's cool, and like you make accommodations with your professor. But like if you just skip class and you're paying all this money I just don't understand it.
You know, I
just don't.
I do agree with you on like those people who just like don't show up to class and stuff and whatever. But I have to tell you a secret.
You skip class?
There would be some days I had a 9 a.m. class, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right?
Okay.
And there would be some days I would pull into the parking garage and I would pull right next to my professor and he would still be in his car and he'd be eating a bagel, and it's like 9:03 at this point. He's eating his bagel. And some days I just sat there and I was like, I can't do this today. I just can't. So I would just go and sit in Chick-fil-A until my next class.
Okay.
That's not a proud moment of mine. But I did it. I'm not saying do that, because I do kind of regret it. I still passed the class, but like I did waste some money with that, you know?
I don't know. I think for me it's because like even though I don't have a lot of stuff to pay off because I live with my family, like I'm very financially aware of everything.
Yeah.
So that's like why when people skip class, I'm like, you're throwing money away. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, if it's the occasional, or like you have the first week, like just withdraw from the class. Just like, because even there's so many negative things about that. Like you're losing money, and then it shows up on like your it's not a report card, transcript, right? Yeah. It's transcript in college that like it's a withdrawal or like an F or whatever. Like just it's better to just not have taken the class at all than to have an F in the class or like a withdrawal, which is even worse on the transcript. So it's just like I just don't understand it.
One key to not skipping class and to not having to withdraw from classes, make sure you take classes that are like actually interesting to you.
Yeah.
Like I know like your gen ed classes, like the ones that you usually are going to take in your first 2 years, like they might not be the best, but whenever you are able to sign up for electives, like get your prereqs done. Get things that are interesting for you in there so that you're like, yeah, I'm going to be on campus to do this. Like I want to be there to do this. And yeah, talking to your advisor, they're called advisors?
Yeah. Not guidance counselors in high school.
I still, in my head, I like still refer to them as my counselor, and I'm like, wait, that's not
wrong
right.
term.
Yeah. No, but talk to them. They are your best friends. They help you through, deciding what classes you need to take. They help you stay on track for what you need to take and make sure you're signed up for the right things to stay on track for your degree.
Yeah. And pick a degree that you actually like.
Yes.
Like, that you're interested in. I think a lot of people go into college and they're still like, I have no idea what to do, which is nice because there's a major for figuring out what you want to do. Like, there's classes, like specific career classes that the career services offer for you to figure out what you're interested in and what you could possibly make a career out of. For us, we were lucky that, I was lucky that I met Miss McClure.
Me too.
In our high school, and I was like, wow, this is so much fun. I love this. Wait, I can make a career out of this. And I went into high school knowing it's like, okay, this is it. I'm going to take all these classes. Boom, this is what I want to do. But it's not the case for a lot of people. Or even sometimes people will do it for the money. They'll be like, oh, that degree will be good, just as a money job. But still, it should be something interesting. Because like we said, you're not going to drop a class if you love what you're learning and if you have fun. So take classes that are interesting and choose a fun major or a fun minor. Minors are super fun too. I love my degrees. It's so fun.
Yeah. My parents actually they steered me towards majoring in information systems and stuff. And also the money was definitely a big part of me declaring my major in that at first. But I truly got into the class. It was the beauty and joy in computing. And I hated it. It was so boring. The teacher was just sitting up there. He was like, okay, we're going to learn to add binary today. And I was like, okay, this could be interesting.
Yeah.
And so then he was like, what's 1100101111 added plus 16AFFQG? And I was like, excuse me? And so long story, but I withdrew from the class. Don't withdraw from classes, especially if you have a scholarship. Because then, with scholarships and withdrawing, at first everything is fine because you don't pay that much for your tuition, right? But then when you withdraw from a class, they're like, no. You're paying for it all. We're adding on a late charge. You're getting half of your bank account ripped out. And we'll take your pinky finger too.
All right.
Yeah.
Might as well.
So I ended up paying way too much money for that, and I did not enjoy any moment of it. And I spent $200 on that textbook that I couldn't even sell back to the school.
Can we just talk next rant? The textbooks. You didn't have to deal with that in high school.
No.
But you got to deal with that in college. That's one of the things, especially if you get the UNF owned books, like you were saying. First off, they're ridiculously priced because they're specific to UNF, and then you can't sell it back because they update it every semester. And I'm just just not in for it. But for those that are not UNF specific classes, they do let you rent books, which is awesome. You love renting books because they're so cheap. Renting is
they're fairly cheap.
Well, yeah, fairly cheap.
In the grand scheme of things, they are cheap.
Yeah. But 2 semesters ago, my I went to check out after I bought all my books online, and it was the equivalent of what one book was one semester.
Really?
It was all $100 because each book was anywhere from $10 to $50, and all added that together, I was like, oh,
that's good.
That was so nice.
That is really good. I don't think I told you this yet, Ashley. But while we were filming one of the other Spinnaker tries, I got a call on my card.
Oh.
And it was like, you've had fraudulent activity. I was like, okay, perfect. Let me go call you back about that. And so I like talked to them and cleared every single charge that was on there.
Yeah.
And then the other day, I think it was like Monday or something,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let's see if my books are ready to pick up. So I logged on, UNF bookstore, whatever it is. And I looked at it, I was like, that's really cheap. I wonder why it's so cheap.
Yeah.
And so I started to look, and every single book on there said, order canceled, problem with payment. Order canceled, problem with payment, except for one singular book. So I had to go through there and like I missed all of the like rent used books.
Oh.
So I had to like rent new books, which was more expensive.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another problem with like the UNF specific books, especially with the math ones,
Yeah.
I had this happen to me last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that expensive, but they do sell out.
Yeah.
So like they sold out of my math workbook, and every time I'd go in there, they didn't have it. So I was like, okay, I'll just use a folder or
Yeah.
like a what are they called?
Notebooks?
Notebook. Yeah, I was about to say composition pad.
Oh yeah, the composition books. I remember using those for
Throwback.
Spanish.
Yeah. No, but yeah, make sure you get your books early.
Yes. I would I'd get them like 2 weeks before class. Like I ordered my
Easy.
books. But I don't. Well, by the time this goes up, this will probably be the week school starts. But I ordered my books 2 weeks ago, and one of them was back ordered. So like that's also good too. Like it gives you like a heads up. Like if you order that far in advance, and then another one I'm renting, so that should be here soon. But with buying books, another thing that the bookstore offers, which is nice, that you can sell it back. So you don't get all the money back that you paid, but you get something back.
You get a nice meal at Chili's back. That's what you get. That's all you get. Yeah. I sold all of my books back from last semester, and okay, maybe I got a nice meal at like Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, there you
Not
go.
gonna lie.
There you go.
Truly for me, when I was coming here, I really wanted to stay in like the video production side of things and like get my foot in the door there and do as much as I could here. And so I, started talking to Spinnaker, and I started talking to the athletics marketing people, and just reach out to everywhere that you can that's involved in what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do psychology, reach out to the psychology department, reach out to we have a counseling center here. I think they take student interns, I want to say. Yeah, talk to them, see if you can get your foot in the door doing anything with them. Just contact people. Bug them. When you do get out there and you do start talking to people, even on campus, you do make a lot of connections. I've met so many people just on campus, and including people that work for like news stations, and they have their own little like production company and stuff from working with Spinnaker and working with ESPN.
Yeah. One thing I love are the professors. I know it depends on what classes you take, because I have had, I think, 2 professors that have been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to go to this class again. But, but like, as you get farther in your major, like for me, this being my 3rd year, my professors have been awesome. Like the ones who actually care about your career and who've like have experience in the field. Like we have professors here who have like worked for the Associated Press and CNN, and it's crazy the amount of experience that they have. And they'll be honest with you, they'll help you. So the farther you get in your studies, like the better the professors get.
When I first started class and before I started at Spinnaker, I had it was like a 2-hour gap in between some of my classes. And so I would have nothing to do, so I was like, and I was trying to read this book. And so I was like, let's just go to the library and read this book. It's a very nice and relaxing. It's called like a quiet area.
Yeah, they have 4 stories, and the higher you get, like the quieter it is, which is awesome. Yeah.
It's kind of great. So I would just go up there and I'd read, and it was honestly really relaxing. And then on the first floor, you have computers and printers you can use. They even have rooms that you can rent out, like little conference rooms. Yeah. That have, I think they have like a whole computer and a big monitor.
Yeah, they have like a projector and a whiteboard and almost like a desk like this. They have like a conference desk, because I know I've used it like for group projects and stuff. Like when we've had to present together, like we'll like rent or yeah, I think we'll schedule an appointment or whatever in a room. It doesn't cost anything, and like we'll just have our meeting in there and like do our homework or like go over what our speech is or whatever.
Yeah. It's a great resource you can use here on campus. One thing that I do want to say that I do thoroughly enjoy: work on campus.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, I don't know. I just work at Spinnaker, but like, I know people that work at the student union.
Yeah.
Like helping set up for things, break down things.
Yeah, I know people who like work at like the different restaurants here too, and it's so easy because like with Spinnaker we have the leisure with like, because they understand that you're a student and you have a job. The nice thing about working on campus is you can literally come in whenever. Yeah. You can come in before class, you can come in after class. If like for some of the jobs that they're weekend jobs, you can do that. They were like, okay, that's your schedule, we'll plan around it. Not like if you worked off campus and they don't care. Yeah. They're like, you have class, you still have to come in.
They do that. No, but yeah, and especially if you're living on campus, get a job here. Easier. Even if it's like a 5-hour-a-week job, that's an extra like around $40 in your pocket every week just for 5 hours, and it's a walk across campus for you. That is a great deal. You're here anyways. Even if you don't live on campus, you're going to be here anyways. Just schedule it so you don't have to come back after you go home.
Yep.
Use the counseling center. You get 6 free counselor visits.
That's true.
Which is great. They also have like a biofeedback room. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
But I've like read about it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one game room on campus for like video games and stuff.
Yes! I totally forgot to bring that up, but I love that place.
I've never been.
It's so fun.
It does look fun though.
The game room is so much fun. Like if you don't, because they literally have all the consoles. So I'm almost thinking of Four Birds Play, just like renting the newest game, playing it downstairs in the game room, and then turning it back in.
Yeah.
Because like all the consoles are down there. They have all the Xboxes, all the PlayStations. They even have I want to say a GameCube, like the really retro stuff, which I like. That was my generation when I was a kid, so like I love that. But yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
That was before my time.
We're only like a year apart.
They also have a pool, and there's a lazy river somewhere on campus.
Somewhere, I don't know where.
Me neither.
I was really hoping when I first heard about the lazy river, I thought I was gonna like go through campus.
Yeah, that would have been so cool.
That's what like everybody was like. Yeah, we have a lazy river on campus. I'm like, oh my gosh, is there like a legit? Because like me not before taking any college tours or whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, is there like a legit lazy river you could just ride to class on? That is so cool. It's like their mode of transportation.
That does seem like a very Florida thing. One thing that I do really like about UNF that's like really cool, they have bike repair stations on some places here.
Right.
At the fountains there's one I know. Right by the Osprey Cafe there's one. I'm sure there's more on campus, but I personally haven't seen them. Those are the only 2 that I know of. But it's really cool. They have like tools and stuff that are like tethered onto this pole. And then you like use the tool, like fix your bike or whatever, use the air pump, do whatever you need to do and fix your bike up.
I think if I did live on campus, I would bike a lot.
I don't think I would. I'm too lazy for that. I'd just walk. I'd just be late to class and walk.
Let's talk about Canvas, the new Blackboard. I still think it's funny how like all the professors call it Blackboard. And we're like, and then there'll be people who are first coming in, they're like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, Canvas, sorry.
I do not enjoy Canvas.
Really?
Yeah, Canvas is the reason I had to withdraw from a class. That one class I withdrew from?
Yeah.
That's why, because Canvas didn't submit my assignment to my instructor. And, yeah, so I had to withdraw because the instructor was like, tough, you didn't turn it in.
Yeah.
I was like, but it's not my fault. He was like, oh, well, you better make 100 on the next 4 projects. And I was like, okay, bye.
It's definitely, I can see like it's a lot easier for the students and the professors to just submit it all online, because like I know for those classes that we did print out everything, like it was an annoyance for people who like had to go to the library to like use a printer and stuff, which like that totally makes sense. And but I'm just like I prefer it old-fashioned, just like print it out, turn it in. But like again, we're in college. A lot of people don't have the luxury of a printer. I understand it, but like, yeah, Canvas can just get in the way sometimes. And the way like they add some of the scores up too, it's like you don't
so confusing.
understand.
And then it gives the professors the option to not let you see your final score throughout the semester. And so I'm like, okay, I have no idea what my score is. And then my professor in my summer class did this thing where she was like, yeah, here's the Excel sheet to like figure out what your score is. All the algorithm or whatever it's called are like in there. So all you have to do is put in your scores. But then she disabled the final, like the estimated grade thing. So that was so stupid. I don't like Canvas, but honestly it does, for the most part, do good. Just get familiar with it.
Yes.
And that's what you need to know. One big thing though, make sure to read your syllabi. Syllabi.
For multiple syllabus.
Make sure to read the syllabi, print it out, star it, favorite it, do whatever you need to do. I know everyone says this and you're probably like, whatever. But like genuinely the first like 2 or 3 pages of the syllabus is so important. After that, read it once on one of your syllabus and it's the same on all of them. It's basically saying don't plagiarize, don't like do this, don't skip class.
Yeah, because then they'll give you like their late tardiness, like what they do if something does get turned in late, and like you kind of have an idea of like, you know, if something does happen or you just don't turn in an assignment and kind of where you stand and how that affects you and your grade. And then there's also like attendance policy, because I know I had one class, I didn't use any of them up because I was just being me, but like there were like 5 excused absences. So like you could not show up to class 5 times and still be okay. So
that is nice.
It's like good to read over that. And one of the things, oh my gosh, in one of the classes I ended up with like, I don't know what, it was a really hard class. I ended up with like a 79.6 or whatever. And then you'll have some professors who in their syllabus, if you email them and they'll let you because they'll acknowledge that you read the syllabus. And some of it they say like if you're a point away from like if it's like a point difference, then they'll give it to you. They'll like, so like let's say I would have gotten a C, they gave me a B- for it. Okay. Like they put like they'll just put the minus or the plus in there.
Sometimes my next semester professor did do this too. If you do read the syllabus, they may give you extra credit. Like I think this teacher is giving you like 3 extra points or something for signing the syllabus and turning it in. Which I'm like super excited about.
Also, sometimes they quiz you on it. Like especially like your first year classes, they'll quiz you on the syllabus. Like
and online classes do that too.
So to make sure that you read it. We hope you found this video entertaining and helpful. Congrats guys. You're in college.
Good luck on your first semester. You're gonna do great.
Week. Yes.
Don't worry about it.
Great. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. If you want a job, come. Please, we're always looking for volunteers.
Check out our shows, Spinnaker Tries, Nest News. All that stuff.
All of that.
They're great. Don't worry.
Yes, they're fabulous. Bye.
Bye.